Last we left off with Planescape Torment.
I'm gone.
We discovered what we're really doing with the game at this point. Hey! Thanks, Nodovan. How is Italy treating you? Appreciate that. Nodovan's currently on his honeymoon. Let me see if I can do some side quests here.
You're super awesome. Thanks. Appreciate that.
Thanks very much. How's it treating you? Where all are you going in Italy? I went with Andrea to... She was in near the Vatican for work. For a science conference. Bring the knife back to Uhir. I don't think I can do anything with that. I don't think I ever found the Decanter of Endless Water. I could try going back to the Minias one. Hey, Kiri, how you doing? Last episode, we finally discovered who is responsible for the protagonist's curse of immortality. It's this night hag, and she was mazed by the Lady of Pain, so I have a lead as to where to go to try to track her down. I guess tracking her down might be how we deal with the curse. But today I'd like to go back and do some side quests that I left behind. There's probably a good chunk of XP that I'm leaving out right now. Nice. I'm sorry to hear that, Kiri. I hope you feel better. I'm gonna try Uhir's knife. Let's see. I think I'm still carrying it right now. Collector named Uhir said he lost his lucky knife down in the catacombs. Presumably he's down in, if he's a collector, I guess he could be near the mortuary. Maybe he's not down by where Pharod was. Let's see if I can find him. I'll try going in all the houses, too. I should probably report what happened to Pharod, to that guy that got all pissed at us earlier.
Done. All right. I'm gone.
I think Rome will be a treat. Let's save before we talk to this guy, because last time we talked to him he got pissed off and attacked us. Pharod supply of dead bodies is coming from the catacombs beneath Sigil. It makes a lot of jinx selling corpses, the dustmen already buried.
Updated my journal.
How in Bator did you get down there? His bolt hole is actually a cavern complex that leads to a small city block buried beneath Ragpicker Square. If you want to know how, it'll be extra. His luck ran out. He's dead. Ladies, bless me today. Here's your jink. Enjoy it. 100 coins. Great. Well, it was worth some XP to turn it in. He's dead. Why'd that happen?
Done.
Oops. I think the game still reflects me as being neutral good. Yep. Kind of guy that murders an NPC. I totally murder about that guy. I usually can resist doing that in games like this, but it was like, I'm gonna miss an entire map. He's got a secret teleport room that's only accessible with his crutch. I made an honest effort to pickpocket it from him, but I didn't cut it. Is murder really evil? Oh, have I thrown out all of my junk? Holy crap. I've had it in my inventory for so long.
In enduring, grow strong.
Is junk different from rags? Oh, it must be. Shit, what counts as junk? I finally felt good about myself for throwing that shit out. Morte may have had some of it. Alright.
I shall serve.
Done.
I hear your words. Your will be done.
I'm gone.
He has one voice line where he like pauses for a really long time before saying the second thing. I was trying to trigger it there. So y'all gonna tour the Vatican, Nodovan? Very pretty. Do the standard trek around. Oh, I can go straight to the buried village. Can I just skip having to go through that thing then? Even better. See if I can find this Uhir guy. This game has a lot of like modern niceties for a CRPG that was made in 1999. There's a couple things like finding out exactly where you left a character behind that can be a little tricky. Nice. Vatican and the Colosseum were pretty cool.
Done.
Nice.
Done.
Watch out for dudes dressed as centurions trying to pose with you for a picture. They're trying to scam you. We totally got fleeced by one of them. They do it and then they immediately demand like 20 euro and you're like, what? I thought you were just being nice because I'm a dummy. There's some really good gelato places. Yeah, if you can get a, we had like wallets that we strapped around our waist under our shirts. Worked pretty well.
I'm gone.
Hey, there's Uhir. Found him. Wait, what? Is he mad at me because I'm carrying his thing? Hold on. I'm confused. Oh, video games. That should be fine. Let's put it in my inventory this time. Uhir, my friend, I'm not using your weapon. Wait, what? I'm confused. Maybe it's because I killed Pharod, I can't complete the quest. Oh, nice. Very cool.
I'm gone.
Maybe they all freak if I talk to him. What happens if I drop the knife? I'll try that. Alright, he panics whether or not I have the item in my inventory. It must be because I killed Pharod, that's all I can guess. I can hear that, Nodovan. There's not a lot of air conditioning in the Mediterranean. I am completely spoiled by air conditioning. Alright, what am I looking for? Planescape, Torment, Uhir runs away. Uhir's knife. Doesn't tell me, it says you can persuade it to give him the knife. Can't finish Uhir's quest. Humanity is evil. Nobody's had this problem. I don't know.
I'm gone.
The big one I always get from people is like, oh, we don't have air conditioning, but the weather's so nice you don't need it. And like,
I'm gone.
I try to be a good citizen and avoid waste and luxury, but air conditioning is like the big vice that if you told me to give up everything else and keep one thing, I'd probably keep that over like video games. Are video games really a waste? So everyone's just fine now that Pharod's dead.
I'm gone.
Yeah, no kidding. That's a lot of Vargouilles. Go ahead and kill him real quick. I have a quest that involves murdering a shitload of Vargouilles. Wow, yeah. Rome was my only ever trip to Europe. It just kind of blew my mind how like dense everything is. This place has been settled by lots and lots of people for thousands of years versus only sparsely settled for hundreds of years.
Did you see that?
Yeah, Morte is a floating skull. He's voiced by Rob Paulson, voice of Pinky from Pinky and the Brain, Yakko. And the ninja from Metal Gear Solid.
Damn.
Okay. Everybody dead now? I think we're good. New save. Last time I came in here, I think I just ran away because there were too many enemies. And I only had 2 characters. So he didn't say updated my journal. Corpse of a collector named Chad asked me to kill a bunch of Vargouilles before its transformation into one of the fell creatures is complete. Hopefully that counts.
All right.
Go for the eyes, boo. Really need to play Baldur's Gate 2 again to compare it to this one, because they were fairly close in release time, but this one feels a lot more modern. It might just be the whole immortal protagonist thing that feels very, like, high quality of life, video gamey. Greetings. Don't muck with the dead. I think one of these was Chad, wasn't it? Greetings. Oh. And fly on the skull. Still looking for your flask. Never did find it. Maybe it's guarded by the many as one. Hey, Scald, how you doing?
Hi. Right.
All right.
Many as one was up this way, maybe? sure I save. Start using some of his magic to heal my party members. Do it from here, right? Blood Bridge. If I die, it's not a big deal, but if y'all die, it is a big deal. Warrens of Thought.
Done.
Take me to your leader? I think they're apples and oranges. Probably not kill the single Cranium Rat in Cranium Rat Town. There's some junk, but I don't think I ever have to come in here the old way, now that I've unlocked the travel option. Do you like apples or oranges more? Do not like our culture of ranking things. Oops.
Done.
Top 5 preferred cultures. Would make it very bad. Ask Mojo. Top 5.
All right.
Spaghetti Gravies. YouTuber. Five movie scenes you wish you hadn't have seen. Yo, many as one. The Silent King is too strong to attack. Stay away from the dead nations or the corpses will destroy you. See no lie in your mind. Our gratitude is this. Not consign your living corpse to the floors beneath our warren, to be an endless repast for our young. Leave our tunnels and don't return. Just gonna discard me like that? Never expend our might in the Silent King. We have more than enough to spare to crush your fragile eagle. Go. Do not return. What happens if I say no? Curious what happens here. Okay. Make sure you kill all the baby rats or things are gonna go really badly. It's possible that just an unlimited number of them spawn in here until the boss dies, right? They're like Geth, but rats. It's pretty great. It's cool to make such a common low-level enemy potentially so threatening in the late game.
Die.
I already killed him in this one? Oh, maybe I did. Guess he was just a rat. Because they are the Minios one, right?
Endure. In enduring, grow strong.
I don't want to kill these rats, so... Time out, rats. I gotta heal real quick. Time out. It's fine. Any within 3 feet takes 1 damage. So if we take 1 damage, it's not as big of a deal as if a bunch of rats take 1 damage. keep them separated.
What's up?
I will hear you.
Call base.
I'm gone.
I'm not sure. I'm gonna try to find out. It's a lot of rats. It's kind of a cool, monstrous endgame enemy to run into. Yeah, it does seem like each time I kill one, we wield you, biped. We yield. We shall trouble you no more. Seems like a pretty winnable thing to say.
Casualty.
That's fine, I can work with that.
Casualty.
That has to make it a lot harder, but
Casualty.
it might
Everything's
still be
fine.
Casualty.
Got rat tails for days, though.
Shit.
Casualty.
That's a lot of dead rats. I don't know if I can actually cash any of that stuff in. They didn't really yield when they said we yield, though. They kind of just kept swinging. There is someone I can turn in rat tails to. I might have to because I went completely broke last episode. Buying oddities. You cannot give me a curiosity shop in Dungeons and Dragons that has a bunch of crazy items like a metal puzzle box that might be a player character that we recruit, or a magic picture frame or anything like that. I'm just gonna buy all of it. I've been on the other side of that as a DM before, where I've had like a curiosity shop salesman and an adventure and just kind of populated their inventory with a bunch of random crap. And the players are like, this has to be important, right? What's making you homesick so far, Nodovan? It's a lot of dead rats. I think it's only like 3 coins per tail. Lack of cars. Yeah. The walking. See if every were-rat in the Warrens of Thought aggroes me now.
Right.
So we're about to find out. I really like the look of this room with all the rats and staring at you. Alright, let's save. I'm not going to pull that off again.
I'm gone.
Murder Hobo triumphs once again with no impact to my alignment. Still neutral good to go and murder a bunch of cranium rats. I guess maybe it's chaotic? Certainly not lawful to promise to help them and then back out. Yeah, thanks for the resub. Have a good night, Nodovan. Enjoy Rome. I added a travel channel to the Discord if there's anything crazy you wanted to share. Feel free to spam it.
Done.
Alright, let's go see if there's anything new to do in the Silent King area now that they're dead. Brothel Puzzle Well. I think it's so cool that it's a night hag that caused the problem, right? Cinder, Craddock, Marketplace, and the Hive. Decanter of Endless Water. Yeah, I have no idea where that is. Can't find chat either. Look up Planescape, Torment, Chad.
Done.
Chad. Dead collectors. Corpse can be found in the Weeping Stone Catacombs. Just outside the entrance to the Dead Nations. Oh, I must have just, like, literally walked past him.
Done.
There's Chad. Chad's neck is better now. It's no longer bulging out as if it wanted to separate from the torso. Thanks, friend. At least I know I ain't gonna be a vargouille for eternity. You want your reward? Sure. There's a reason the Drowned Nations are called that. There's a magic bottle that never stops its flow, a decanter hidden in the Drowned Nations catacombs. Hey, I need that. Where is it? Sneak past the deaders of the rats into the Drowned Nations. Once you've made it there, head down the main passageway past 3 doors on your left. Pass under Norch. Okay, I'm gonna screenshot this. Some games do not like the snipping tool. Yeah, I had the quest, but did I get the quest from him before I could talk to the dead? I thought I needed to be able to talk to the dead to get the quest in the first place.
All right.
Quest journal say anything specific here? Oops. And it was that big crazy room with all the vargouille that we needed to do to finish the quest, right? Head down the main passageway, past 3 doors on your left. Drowned Nations gotta go.
All right.
Pass under an arch, take the first door on your left. Arch closest to the back wall. Oh, I remember coming back here and not being able to find anything. Command word. Oh shit, it was there and I just didn't see it to pick it up. Nice. I guess they intentionally didn't give it a overhead because you needed to talk to the quest to see where it was. Ordinary looking stoppered flask that holds an endless supply of water. Might be useful for putting out fires or some such task. And I'm gonna give it up. Turn it in.
I'm gone.
I remember going down that hallway and being like, there's nothing down here, what the heck?
I'm gone. I'm gone.
Even with the highlighting, they did a good job of putting it in the very back. So it wasn't a freebie. That's if you were like super zoomed in.
Done.
One of these faces. Found your flask. Pour some of its water across your lip and I'll tell you what I promised to tell you. Here you go. Your water from the flask trickles across the lips, diluting the filthy flow that spews from the holes. Dish's water slowly dissipates entirely, and the dirty taint of it replaced by clear, fresh water. Give me your answer now. Seek out the woman called Nemelle. She resides in the clerk's ward in the upper sickle. Where exactly?
Updated my journal.
Nemelle. Being sick of his constant pauses anyway, it's a good thing he shut up for now. Journal. This Emmerich was someone different, huh? See if I can clear out the Uhir quest. I think I did the Starved Dogs quest. I just have to find Septai to turn it in. Find the portal key is like an Uber quest, I think. And I think I've found Craddock before, but I'll see if I can track him down again. I'm pretty sure he's just in the marketplace in main area. Oh, I think this might have been the trap chamber. Oh wait, no, I remember this place. Yeah. This was the dude that had Morte kidnapped. Had the room full of skulls.
All right.
Who informed us about the night hag that cursed us. It was at the very end of last episode. And I still have the decanter, don't I? That's cool. I'm really impressed at the number of wondrous items they were able to fit into this game.
Done.
I guess you do sort of have unlimited storage in that you can deposit things in any containers in the game, but I kind of wish there was an ender chest storage you could pop things in and out of. So I want to hold on to everything because maybe it has a cool quest implication later. I almost need to keep a Google spreadsheet of all the things I've deposited in so far. Did I update my journal with I killed the rats? Sigil. Find the night hag ravel puzzle to restore my mortality. I lied and told Minias-One the Silent King was far too powerful for the rats to consider. Minias-One was not pleased, and then I killed him. Them. It.
I'm gone.
Oh, let me clear out the Uhir quest. I think I have to kill him, but curious what the journal entry's gonna say.
Done.
I don't know why he freaks and runs away like that. Should see if cranium rat tails have some purpose beyond just turning in for cash. Yo, Uhir, where you at, bud? There he is. Hey, Andrea, how you doing? Dude wasn't even carrying anything. Bad person. Huh, I guess the quest just becomes uncompletable. Bummer. Oh, hi, Andrea's colleagues. How's it going? I am playing a old school CRPG, computer RPG from the 90s called Planescape Torment. Sure, I can play Andrea Hype. See if it plays the image in the corner. Hey, Andrea's here.
I'm gone.
Here comes science.
Is that what you're looking for? How is Nevada treating you? Did the Naruto runners break into the kaiju tanks?
Done.
Let's see. I might actually be stuck here because I don't have any junk, right? I thought if I popped outside there that it would give me the travel menu, but it didn't. Ooh. There's got to be like an infinite supply of junk so that you don't soft lock, right?
I'm gone.
Like, perhaps on this drawer here. Maybe some of the random NPCs happen to drop junk sometimes? Oh. We got aggroed. Well, maybe they'll drop some junk, and it'll be okay. Sorry guys. I remember I talked to you and walked past you last time. Now I have 4 people though, so it's a better deal. I'm a murder hobo. This time it's accidental murder hobo. They turned red. What am I supposed to do?
The clock sings true.
All I did was ask her. Maybe she was going to say like, "Oh, you're trying to get out? Here, have some free junk." These are all useful items. I need junk. I don't think I need to pick up copper earrings anymore. They just don't sell for enough to be worth it. Maybe if they stacked. God, y'all's jobs that you pick up junk and none of you have junk on you. I thought you were going to save the day. I got where was the one that I left downstairs? I don't remember. Big oof. Neutral good. That means I was defending myself, apparently. Not just seeking out violence. Let's save before we talk to the next group of people, shall we? Hi, Bish. Be on your way and quickly. Okay.
Done.
So she might be able to pickpocket people. You can give that a shot. Use thieving skills.
Why not? Not this time.
Oh, at least they didn't get all pissed at me.
Not this time.
That time they got all pissed at me. Okay, sorry. I need literal junk. Lint from your pockets. I'm not out to upset you, I promise.
I'm gone.
They're napping upstairs right now, Andrea. That is an axe. That is not junk. They start showing up closer to the end of stream when they think they're going to get fed soon. That is empty. Gosh, I'm trying to remember the one that I left behind downstairs. It was less than like 20 minutes ago.
All right.
Woman shrieks at the sight of you. She turns to flee. Tattoo around her neck, seeming to writhe slightly as she bustles away. Hold it right there. Why are we all freaking out? Alright, well, if she's shrieking and running away, I don't need to kill her. Just because she's red doesn't mean she's attacking me.
I'm gone.
It has to be because of Pharod, right? Should have just grabbed the junk when I was downstairs. Alright, let's throw some stuff back on Morte. Save some inventory space here. Need to find someone to sell those beer goggles to, but now I'm afraid that they're going to be a critical quest item later. I wonder if the Decanter of Endless Water works on Ignus. I should give that a try. It mentioned in the item description putting out fires. We'll give that a try.
Done.
Those are coins. I need junk. Garbage, trash.
All right. All right.
That is a skull.
I'm gone.
Double check this room. It may have actually been in this room. It's after the Vargouilles, right? Nope.
I'm gone.
I'm getting increasingly worried that I've soft-locked. I think we'll be okay. I just gotta keep, like, checking all the loot. I must have left some junk behind somewhere, right? I have old saves that I could revert to, but... I guess maybe if I can get myself killed in a specific place, it'll warp me back to the mortuary. Do you know where there's some junk, Kiri? I could also take the other exit I got with the dude who collected the skulls in the bottom corner.
I'm gone.
But I wouldn't have been able to do that if I had unlocked fast travel and then come here immediately with no junk. It was in the Warren of Thoughts? Okay. Let me try using the portal. I think that's more in the direction that I ultimately want to be anyway. I've got stuff to do in Ragpicker Square still, but I can teleport there.
Done.
Oh, he's gone. Interesting.
All right. I'm gone.
So there's a couple places we wanted to go. We wanted to check out the Clerk's Ward and find this NPC they were talking about. We want to go back to that bar, which I think was actually in another section of town entirely. Yeah. In Southeast Hive, maybe?
I'm gone.
Maybe it was Southwest. Smoldering Corpse. Oh man. You've got infinite fire from the plane of fire. How would you like some infinite water?
All right.
Greetings. Can I like put it in my quick item bar maybe? Let's try that. Wrong item type. Yeah, it even says putting out fires or some such task. Oh, here we go. They say this decanter holds an endless supply of water. Use it on them, is sure to come free. Do you know the command word? Go find it, I implore you. How would I get the command word? Could I have gotten the command word from the stone face earlier? Guessing I can't identify it. Trying to think who would know.
I'm gone.
No. Is it from anywhere in the underground area? It's like the Drowned Catacombs. I don't want to go back there unless if I need to, since it's hard to get back out. See if I left some trash behind in a building somewhere. It's not there. Is it somewhere I can access right now?
Done.
Is it just showing as completed, maybe? Oh, Nemelle. It's weird that it shows as complete. Yeah, he said to talk to Nemelle, but I didn't realize he told me to talk to her because of the decanter. I can't talk to Craddock at all. Oh, the first time I talked to him.
Gone.
I see. But the follow-up text was just, go talk to Nemelle, and you're like, oh, okay.
I'm gone.
Alright, we need to go to this brothel for reasons. I'll come here last. My main quest has taken me here. Is it slating intellectual lust?
Done. Done.
Let's kill him, sensate.
All right.
It might have been the curiosity shop. Nope, that's Rishika.
I'm gone.
I'll talk to this person real
right.
quick, why not? Short, scholarly man, a tight, nervous frown on his face, looks you up and down. Greetings, I am Finam. I beg your pardon, I care little for guests, invited or otherwise. Unless you have business with me, I must ask you to leave. Have you know I'm a scholar and a linguist? Okay. Remember, there's a language guy. In case it shows up later in a quest.
Aye? Why not?
Worth a small amount of money.
All right.
This is the art house. Fauna. Examine the cracks. Break a piece off the statue. You need a hammer to break the stone, a small one. Okay. I think I may have left those hammers behind that I was using earlier for the quest to undo the Davis's work.
Done. I'm gone.
Try some of these tents and stuff on their east side, maybe.
I'm gone.
Aspiring sensate artist. Attractive pale-faced girl smiles at you, motioning toward a book full of charcoal sketches. My name is Ulana. I'm an artist by trade and would gladly make a fine sketch of you for 5 copper commons. I will try not to rob you.
I'm gone. All right.
It's an empty tent. Means I can freely rob it, right?
All right. Done.
Splinter. Right, I charmed my way in here earlier. Oh, force missiles. Level 4 wizard. I'm convinced him that I used to be in here. Used to be a member. Squat, hunched old man still has broad shoulders and scarred, callous hands of a worker or warrior. Stay for the lecture. Seminar on the war. If you're here to listen about the Blood War, take root. Blood War, more boring than listening to a governor recite laws. Let's find some young sensates who need to be indoctrinated in the ways of passion. You even have eyebrows. Your Tanari or Patezu, your scaly eyes out the door. It's not a discussion of who's right. You hear the sounds of something large leaving the hall. Blood War from the human point of view. Floating fortresses woven and weaved of human skin. It's Blood War. Saying everything you know about the Blood War is a bunch of nonsense. Can't imagine the scale the Blood War is fought on. It's a bigger conflict than any you could possibly imagine. Fiends are killing fiends. Neither side's winning, it's a stalemate of eternity. Ask a question. Can you give me a little more on the Blood War itself? Going on forever. Champions of Chaos are fighting the champions of Law and Evil. What do you think would happen if someone stopped the Blood War? There's stone, a pebble in an ocean, that's a pebble in another ocean, which is a pebble in another ocean, and so on. And the planes would tumble down. Why? Well, there's like a big bloody support beam propping up the planes. Kick it down and a lot of the planes come tumbling down with it. Yeah, I guess all these demons and devils are distracted by it, right? War is great for business. You seem pained. When you die with evil in your heart, your spirit falls to the lower planes, you become a petitioner. Petitioners in the Abyss and in Bator get twisted into foot soldiers. It's a pretty good model for hell. What started the Blood War? Cross each other one day like drunken bigots and they set to fighting. That's simple. It's not very specific. Why are two evil races fighting? One believes evil should be nice and orderly. One believes evil should be chaos. Littlefinger versus Ramsay Bolton. Or I guess Tywin Lannister versus Ramsay Bolton. How does one get hired into the Blood War? Every now some idiot comes asking for a job in the Blood War. Or ants run around the heels of dancing sodpike gods. How'd you survive the Blood War? One thing I won't speak of. Man does what he does to escape the war. Oh, but a woman named Vrishika told me you had to murder your own men to escape the war. That's a lie. Foul, foul lie. That's what she told me. I didn't say I took it as truth. Part of the company of the Blazing Effigy. Part of its original number was 53 mortal mercenaries, while only 9 of us remained. Camp somewhere in Avernus, waiting reinforcements. No, the final season was rushed and poorly produced. They needed to have like 2 or 3 seasons to wrap up the story. But the creators were over it and wanted to move on to their next project. Too much evil in my heart. What happened? Me and 2 other lads fled like dogs. We scurried across the plain for a handful of days before we came to a great pillar of living heads. They jabbered and hissed at us, calling us to come closer. Is this sort of backstory for what is presumably a random NPC that's really impressive about this game? Oh, it said he could be freed if he exchanged 2 of his brothers to the pillar. At the time, it was just the math. It sounds like he murdered them to me. Yeah, that's a terrible choice to be forced to make. Just a soldier looking for a place to die. Lecture to keep people away from the war. Use a sensory stone if you have to know, but stay the hell away from anything to do with the Blood War for real. Huh, interested about the sensory stones. Alright, so I super depressed this guy by bringing up war stories, getting him to admit that he, killed his friends to escape. Oops, at least he didn't punch me. 3 planes aligned. Thin and sharp-featured, his yellow skin covered with tattoos, this man looks over the room and its inhabitants with cold black eyes. He appears to be giving a lecture. Oh, he's a Githzerai? I am known as 3 planes aligned, a Githzerai scholar. Speak of the power of alignment and belief and how they shape the planes. Alignment is a descriptor of one's beliefs and how one acts upon those beliefs. It's interesting, I feel like Planescape is a setting where alignment is very much codified in the rule set. It is a real mechanic, it's a thing. Like, lawfulness is a thing with a capital T. Yeah, I'm enjoying it so far, Defense. Indifference or neutrality. Because they're not always the same thing. Alpha good, neutral good, chaotic good, etc., etc. Yeah, I think that this is the way the core, like, Wizards produced D&D setting works now too, that gods obtain power from petitioners believing in them. Faith of subjects which gives them power. No one believes in a deity, it withers and dies, joining the corpses of other gods that float on the astral plane. Gate towns. Towns in the Outlands, a largely neutral area which Sigil spans over the center of. Built around a permanent gate or portal to one of the outer planes. Oh yeah, okay. So, like, there's a specific town associated with the Abyss that's in Sigil, and a special town that's associated with Mechanus that's in Sigil. Sliding occurs when there's a high concentration of belief in an area of differing belief. The area itself will move or slide to a plane that matches the new belief. Gate towns usually have a strong belief that matches the outer plane beyond the portal. Town of Ribcage borders the portal to the lawful evil plane of Pator. Residents of Ribcage are largely lawful evil residents, but the entire town's alignment and beliefs are not strong enough that Ribcage will slide into Pator. Okay. Ribcage might one day see the sudden rise of a lawful evil order of clerics, promoting their dark beliefs and converting many citizens to the worship of their lawful evil god. Were this to occur, there would be a good chance the town would slide off the neutral outlands, becoming part of the lawful evil plane of Pator. That's cool. I like Dungeons & Dragons cosmology. Neat. Much more interesting than the other lecture. What else is going on in here? Defit training. Can I get unlock multiclassing in here by any chance? Death's Advocate. Sigillians, welcome. Take your seats. Listen to the darks of which I speak. Write down Morte. Death is what awaits you at the end of life's journey. Death is not an end, but a beginning. Beginning of more suffering. Nod to Morte quietly. When you die, you shall not cease to exist. Outer planes welcome you to their breasts. Cast away the tattered cloak of this life, become one of the faithful, a petitioner. Okay, so, like, can petitioners evolve in this setting? Or are petitioners like the lowest form of planar resident? I don't know if any demons or devils were once mortal petitioners. I played Baldur's Gate 2 when I was a kid, and I don't actually remember very much from it other than Minsk. So it'll be effectively blind if we play it on stream. Perhaps you lived a life of bloodthirsty evil, contemptuous of your fellow man, laying others low and doing as you please, without a care for who or what you hurt. Seems like people are likely to behave a lot differently if it's an established fact that, like, the lower planes exist. It's supposed to be an incentive. We get to do all this again. Gee, I can't wait to be a floating skull all over again. You don't have the memory of your past life. Your soul goal, if you will, is to merge the new plane you're on, becoming one with the ideals and substance of the plane itself. Oh my god, I thought this was something that came out in like the last 5 years. To accomplish this goal, you must hold to your ideals. Like... It's one big steaming load. Good or evil, law or chaos, somewhere in between. As you approach the alignment of your plane, your journey will end as you become part of the plane itself. To It's a glorious existence. What a wash. Question from one of the living, perhaps? I have a question. This life is where we end up when we die. The Dustman. I didn't really think about the Dustman's approach being different from the Petitioner claim. Prove what you say is true. Die, here now. I kind of want to quick save and see what happens if I select that. Guess I'd have to go through the whole conversation again to try that. Once I meet an NPC that would let me multi-class to fighter mage, let me know, because I think I do want to do that. I know I can switch between fighter and mage. Mertwyn the Headless. Still looking for this Nemelle character.
I'm gone.
This is the
Smell of sensates and governors.
Brothel. Not in here either.
I'm gone.
There's another door in the back. Hold on.
Done.
Oh, it's like a changing room. I see. That's weird.
All right.
Like, which NPC do I have to talk to? Oh, there's Nemelle. First try. Went everywhere in the zone except in front of her. Greetings. Speech is as music. Nemelle turned to face the scarred, dour stranger. She asked what he wished of her. Morte's like, wow. Stop your drooling. Good job, Anna. Told you to know the command word for this decanter. Nemelle took it from the stranger, turning it in her hands. Had she seen its like before, she thought. Perhaps. If she narrates her life, that's pretty great.
Updated my journal.
You already know the word. Jason Edlin? Is that like the name of a developer or something? Developer, maybe? Okay, so this was Southeast Hive, I think.
All right. Done.
Yes, I do know the command word. Tilt the decanter over the grill. Yeah, so I can talk to Mebeth to switch to a mage, and I can talk to Anna to switch to a thief, but how do I become a fighter mage? Like Dak'kon is. Decanter lunges forward, falling into the grill and shattering. By the hills? Only other party members can be multi-class? Okay. Scream, a cackling, a terrible sound like 100 buildings burning, people screaming. Screams cut short by the roar of flame and melting flesh. Put your hands over your ears, you block out the sound and feel a stickiness on your hands like hot cheese or candle wax. Ears are bleeding from the sound. Draw your hands back and see them covered with chunks of melted flesh with bloody swirls. About to run from the bar, anything to get away from the sound, when suddenly all falls silent except for a jagged crackling coming from the grill. The grill lies the Decanter of Endless Water, now nothing but shards and steam. Above it is the creature, flames still trailing from its body, floating over the bar's floor. Nameless one can change classes but not multi-class. Okay, thanks. I know you. Ignus.
Long have I slept, dreams of flames.
He's got voice acting.
Till death comes for us both.
He's got a super on-the-nose name to be a guy that's on fire all the time.
In knowing the teachings of Zerthamon, I have become stronger.
Smoldering Corpse. I love the characters in this game. He counts as a mage. Cool. Morte got a level up. Fighting skills improved. Hit points gained. Hit points gained. Level 7. Chaotic neutral. Chaotic good. Chaotic neutral. Lawful neutral. Neutral good. Approach the woman to talk to her. Ignus's eyes flare up, and before he can stop him, he embraces her. Oh god. She returns his embrace, losing herself in the flames. She doesn't cry out. Your last glimpse of her is burned into your memory. Eyes full of fiery passion and all-engulfing love. Nothing is left of her, not even ashes. That was thorough, Ignus, and hasty. I wish to speak with her. It's like Finn and Flame Princess in Adventure Time. What happened to make you this way? Ignus has always been this way. Okay, it's less of an on-the-nose name then. You look human. Ignus is always Ignus. Ignus might you be? Sparks and bodies, always seeming to rise. Sparks and bodies, what do you mean? If you end up trying to kindle the flames within people, you usually end up killing them. You're saying everyone has the potential to become like you with the right spark? No more talk and questions. But I wish to speak of flames, Ignus, and of burning. Your words are like oil, and you watch them fill Ignus's eyes. Flames? It's like, yeah, I like fire. Let's talk about fire. No more talking. Can we talk about fire? Don't get me started on fire. You teach me any of your powers. I'm willing to suffer for such knowledge. Repeat, I'm willing to suffer for such knowledge. Burns my finger. Close your eyes and scream. 6,000 XP. Force your eyes. Max HP reduced permanently. Nice. I see the burning mass of your hand where Ignus touched it. Snaps the tip of my finger off.
Updated
What
my
did you
journal.
do? I wish to learn more. Can you teach me more of the art?
I feel stronger.
Max HP down by 3. Burn my hand off. Give me back my hand. Does that mean I actually can only carry one-handed objects now? Flesh is regenerating, okay.
Updated my journal.
I wish to learn more. Pieces of self are burned away. You need pieces of me in order to teach me. What about my eyeball? Pale as your other eye. This is great. This dude is like burning me alive. First he like burned off my fingertip, then he burned my hand, and now he's burning my eye. Not the one that I can remove, but the other one. See the ruined mass of your eyeball, barely recognizable.
Updated my journal.
How much can he teach me?
I feel stronger.
So I just got a shitload of experience in exchange for taking a ton of damage. Ignus's hand. Oh, interesting. Copy Infernal Orb into Spellbook. Ignus's Terror. Ignus's Charm. Charred right index finger. Fraction of his infernal power. Sweet. Memorization abilities increased, characteristic point gained, 4 hit points gained. Good, I needed him after all that. All memories, bonus to XP, genius level intellect, heroic charisma. I think it shows it right here, right? I'm at 120,000, need 135,000. Okay, so I'm the only one that got... Ignus hears you. Ignus don't care. What were you doing in the Smoldering Corpse bar? Ignus once knew nothing of flames. How can that be? Small fires, the fires grew, lit the fires of anger in their hearts. Yeah? He's having a good time remembering this. Okay, so he got burned to death at some point, but he was also already into fire. He very much enjoyed being burned to death. Ignus wears the face of all hells of flames, and his next words are spoken like a death sentence. The plains burn and all life is torches. Ignus shall at last be at peace. Okay, that's a goal. You know, everyone has to have goals in life. Learning a second language.
I'm gone.
Burning all of existence to ash. Graduating from high school. I think I can sleep in the Northeast Hive. Oh, I think it was Northwest, actually.
All
Oops.
right.
See the innkeepers being like, I don't know if we want to let this guy stay here.
I'm gone.
Hey, dude, I need a rest. Thank you.
Done.
1 day and 8 hours. Okay. I think I need to go to the brothel now. Let me double check my journal really quick. Can't do the Uhir quest. Can't do the Craddock quest. I think these two quests are basically done, but I don't know if I can turn them in.
All right.
Fall from grace as an angel.
Well met,
Greetings.
traveler. How may I help you?
Totally not a party member.
Updated my
Who
journal.
are you? I am called Fall from Grace. You're new to Sigil, are you not? Does it show? What is this place? The Brothel of Slating Intellectual Lust. Yeah, this is where I need to go for the main story quest. What kind of brothel is this? She established the brothel to give those lustful fevers that strike the mind more avenues of expression rather than simply carnal. Much pleasure can be had in conversation. So that's like geishas, I guess? So brothel without intercourse? Only of a psychological nature. Why did you establish such a place? My apologies, I didn't mean to be so direct. Merely curious. A member of the Society of Sensation, our faction believes that one should experience as much of the multiverse as possible. That's why you established this place? Slate the lust of even the hardened intellectual. Stimulate the mind. Encourage intellectual fencing instead of the other kind of fencing. I assume it's not just women, right? It wouldn't make sense for it to be women only. Answer some other questions. The wings on your back, you're not human, I take it? She's one of the fiends, a succubi. Companion's correct. Oh, she is a succubus. Really? That's different. A little too common in the lower planes and elsewhere for her own good. They spend their time seducing mortals. And
Updated
you?
my journal.
Distance myself from that. Huh, interesting. Maybe you're looking for help. Perhaps you can help me. Lost my memories. Woke up on a slab in the mortuary, and everything before that is black. Dustbed mistook me for being dead. Scars that have taken several lifetimes to accumulate. Some of those wounds would have been fatal to a normal man. What do you intend to do now? Get my memories back, my life back, scour the plains and search inside myself. Never met a man who lost himself in the literal sense. Forgive me, but your condition is intriguing. I mean, I asked much more invasive questions. It is that. Well versed in the verbal arts.
Updated my journal.
You ever heard of a night hag named Brothel? Rumors cluster thickly about that name, and most tend to discount her as a myth, but I suspect she did exist, and she made quite an impression in the cage during her stay here. I intend to seek her out. I need information that she has. Only she possesses the knowledge I need. Brothel does indeed exist. She is extremely powerful and cunning. A fraction of the stories of her activities are true, and she's a creature that's discovered new meanings of evil. What level are night hags usually in, like, monster manuals? I guess I hear the phrase and I'm thinking like a lower level monster, but it must be like a particularly nasty magical being. Are we talking like, 14, 15, 19, 20? I need like another monster to compare it to. See, one of the hags of the Grey Waste, she was believed to possess powers and a cunning far beyond those of her sisters. She came to Sigil long ago, and in addition to the evil she committed during her stay, rumor has it her actions threatened the cage itself. Yeah. So CR10 was what I was thinking it was, but they're making it sound like she's like a really powerful entity.
Updated my journal.
Sent to a maze, one of the ladies' prisons.
Updated my
You know
journal.
what mazes are, but I'll get more detail from her. Lady said to take power to take pieces of Sigil and make a maze. Piece of Sigil she takes, holds a prisoner, there's no escaping being mazed. Portal that leads out of each maze, but they're difficult to find. They're left in to give the prisoner hope. Left to torture the prisoner, perhaps both. Tell me more about the Grey Waste. I think they said she's a night hag. Sure. No, I'm totally down with it. It's unusual. Like, I'm used to the big bads being, liches and dragons and beholders and greater mind flayers and that kind of shit, so kind of taking a less known monster and up jumping it is cool in my opinion. Now I want to do a campaign where the big bad is a goblin or a kobold or something. Pun. Blighted plane that lies effectively between Bator and the Abyss. Oh, it's the neutral evil plane, I guess. What happened to Revel? Anyone else you might know about her? Someone in the Festhall may know more of her.
Updated my journal.
Would you like to join me in my travels? All for the succubus coming with us. Rather forward of you. Rather be honest with my intentions, you seem extremely pleasant and well-versed in the ways of the plains. A companion with that kind of knowledge would be welcome. I'm the one well-versed in the plains. That's my job, Chief. Having two people knowledgeable seems pretty smart to me. Besides, I said pleasant too, Mort. 10 and 3.5? Okay, thanks. 10 sounds right. I remember reading through the monster manual a couple times, so I've got a general sense. I think that there's some night hag-like monster that's like a surprisingly high CR from what its name implies. I thought it was I'm trying to remember. It may have been undead or something. Anyway, I'll look through in my 3rd edition monster manual later and see if I can find it. Why should I travel with you? You wouldn't be interested in traveling with an immortal amnesiac who's searching the plains for himself? I would be extremely interested. If you wish me to, there's something you must do for me. There are 10 students in this establishment. Speak to all of them and return to me with your thoughts.
Updated my journal.
Cool. Oh, does Baba Yaga actually have an entry? That's kind of cool. So I know they do some real-world mythology-inspired creatures. That's a cool setting. Digging it so far. Sounds disdainful. Issues from the cabinet. Hello indeed. You talk? Who are you? Is it a mimic? What are you doing here? I'm being an armoire. I happen to have become an armoire because I want to be an armoire. Not to watch the ladies undressing, nor to have them place their soft, sweet-smelling undergarments in my drawers where they can rub against my skin. So all the women know about this, then? Yes, they do. Wholeheartedly approve of. Well, not with their entire hearts, exactly. And like every like NPC in this entire game, I guess every NPC that has a name, there's been a lot of love and care that's gone into it. As I was saying in earlier episodes, it makes me expect that like some of these must have been characters that were developed in the dev team's own tabletop games, because there's just way too much detail for one person to pour this all out for a bunch of inconsequential NPCs. Can you return to your normal form at will? I have not yet experienced the full sensations of being an armoire. You know anything about Ravel Puzzlewell? I need to find her. Utterly barmy is the common term for it. They really like that word barmy in this game. Cool. Greetings. I am named Juliet. What's wrong? Spend my days gazing into the face of mediocrity, seeing everything else can erase its dreadful, tedious passage. Is your life so tedious? Perhaps I could make it less boring. Is there a problem with your relationship? And that there are no problems to speak of. Our families took the news of our courtship splendidly, his siblings love my siblings. Friends think our union is to be blessed by the powers themselves, all fine and good. 'Tis not right to have a trouble-free courtship. Run screaming. Anyone that has that attitude, if you ever meet a person that believes... Oh, son of a bitch. OBS just disconnected. Hold up. Hey, if you're watching in the future on YouTube, hopefully I edited out that delay. There is a Comcast outage, but we're back now. It's been pretty frustrating. I've been getting these micro outages, usually in the mornings, for like 5 to 10 minutes, which isn't a big enough deal for Comcast to care or want to reimburse you for anything, but it's enough to interrupt the stream and block all your momentum and stop your uploads from running. Lose a lot of progress. We're back though. Let's continue. I was doing this cool discussion here in the brothel with a lady who's super bored, and she's bored because her relationship is too good. And I said, if you ever meet a person like this in your life who thinks that relationships need to have drama and bad things, you should run for your life. I don't know about that. It seems that life is filled with a variety of problems, just by the pallor of your skin. My memories of some... I can't remember any courtships I've had. The remnants of the ones I've encountered suggest that I may have had some problems. Friends have such interesting relationships, fraught with turmoil, feuding families, daggers at one's backs, poison, mad siblings, irate fathers with large swords. I have a lover whose family loves me and whom the world loves. A great source of annoyance. I relish what you have. Wish to experience troubles. The up and downs of courtship. What did you have in mind to spice things up? An element of danger. I could pretend to be a jealous suitor. I feel like that's the least damaging, but all of these are bad. Highly doubt. You look dangerous enough. They don't make them any tougher than me, I assure you. Sure. I love Montague. Okay, and her name is Juliet. The Civic Festhall. I think
my journal.
Great. That seems like something I should be getting myself into, but it's quest content, right? So I can't just not do it. Ridiculous as it is. Hey, how you doing, Retro?
Right.
That's a good amount of coins. Let's see.
I'm gone.
Petite, attractive young woman is smiling blissfully and humming to herself. Greetings, Nenny Nine-Eyes. Curtsies gracefully and looks up to you, smiling. I'm Nenny, and how are you this fine day? Oh my, you're hurt all over. Powers above, Chief. She's right. I never noticed before. You're covered in scars. I'm fine. Had some questions. My great pleasure to welcome you to the brothel of slating of intellectual lusts. I think that's ink. Is it ink? And what a pattern. Scars are permanent. She cringes. Are you sure you're alright? None of the physical variety, really. I have amnesia. Loss of memory. You're so lucky. What? Everything must be so new to you. Well, that's an angle I hadn't considered. I'm so pleased I could open your mind to that idea. I've heard that's what being a sensate's all about. Sensates, they're so dreamy. They believe you achieve understanding only through experiencing as much of the multiverse as possible. Taste this, listen to that, feel this, look at that. Do anything about Ravel Puzzle well. Should ask Eves about her. Oh, there's all kinds of stories. Okay. Working on it, Juliet.
I'm gone.
I really like the premise of this brothel. I'm a little bit bummed out that all of the employees are women, but given the premise of the brothel, right?
Ready. Might as well.
1999.
Done.
Echo. Skin of burnished copper, a translucent white dress, carries by golden classes draped over her shapely form. Greetings. I had some questions. Who are you? Smiles and curtsies but offers no response. Can you speak?
Updated my journal.
Mort, you're the worst. Can you write or pantomime? Can I ask why you can't communicate? Let me ask you something else. Do you know anything about Ravel Puzzle well?
Updated
She
my
nods
journal.
at me. Interesting. Modrons are like fantasy robots, right? Are they from Mechanus or something?
I'm here.
I have one in my inventory that I haven't figured out how to use yet. Oh yeah, thanks, Leon. Let me reconnect the bot. It's still down from Comcast outage. Beings of Ultimate Law. Fantasy robots. Should be back now. I'll throw out some SP for the time we were down there. The lawful equivalents of angels or demons, okay.
Aye, what?
What's a chaos angel then?
Got it. Got it.
Oh yeah, those weird shape-shifting monsters, I guess that makes sense.
What you be wanting now?
Got a new guy to carry my shit for me. He happens to always be on fire, but I don't let that get in the way. Can him be my beast of burden.
Got it.
Done.
There's a staircase there. Marissa explains it all. Greetings. It's described as a figure. Come to speak with Marissa, have you? Heard you'd enter a darkened room. Wasn't sure there was someone here. Had some questions. Why do you remain behind the screen? I see your wish that I step away from this partition into some patch of light and speak to you face to face. Darkness suits me and suits you as well. Why is it so dark in here? Too many unwanted and embarrassing casualties. I want you to come into the light. Do you want to see what you look like? You have no such want. Oh, I do. What can you tell me about the silent prostitute? Echo. Her name was written differently. Asked Tailor of her. She made friends of an old lover of Echo's. Yeah, they still use the word prostitute for them. It's interesting. Okay, we already knew to talk to her. Not in the mood. I'm sure one of the girls should be happy to tell you all about Mistress Grace's little school for aspiring sensates. Okay. Slowly rebuilding my cash deck. Kesai-Serris. Alarmingly voluptuous woman has a thick mane of wavy raven-colored hair. What does it mean to be alarmingly voluptuous? She's not beautiful in the typical sense of the word. Her features are exotic and not altogether unattractive. Morte. Canines long enough to be considered fangs. What do you usually do for patrons? Talk, of course, about dreams. Tell me yours. My dreams were recently revised when I saw you, my lady. Woof. I don't have dreams, actually. Even Fiends and Divas dream. Are you certain you don't? I did have some questions. Tell me about the silent prostitute. Echo. She's sweet but quiet. She said something once which caused some great tragedy. Oh, so she's like mythological Echo? Seen her talking to an ex-lover of Echo. Echo was in love with Narcissus? Is that right? Do you know anything about Ravel Puzzlewell? No, nothing. You sure? You seem suddenly upset. Don't ever ask me of her again. Huh. What are you? Plain touch, like your friend here, Anna. Oh, she's... So Anna's a tiefling. Is it a... Starts with an A, right? What's the light... The upper planes touched? Not a Saru. Narcissus, okay. She falls in love with him, but he has eyes only for himself. Ends up looking in the pond. Turns into a flower that stares and looks in the pond. She gets cursed to, like, repeat what people say in canyons and stuff.
All right.
Kimasxi Addertongue. Wild-looking tiefling girl meets her gaze with an angry scowl. Greetings. Oh, Morte. Don't need to taunt her. Had some questions.
What do you wish of Ignus?
Why not?
Gold earring.
All right.
Ready. Why not? Got it.
Oh, love letter. Interesting. Passionate, steamy, and graphic love letter. Who it's to and where it's from. Quite vague. See that being like a portal entry key, right? Greetings. The Tail Chaser. I too chase tails. She continues unperturbed. I'd like to trade tales. Tell her the story of your waking up in the mortuary. Chapters of Dust. Chapters in the Dead Book, the massive tome which the dead men keep, records, or the Dustmen, I'm sorry, records the passing of all the lives in the eternal boundary. Chapters that are not but dust, and it's believed that the names therein are lost souls who cannot die. Cool. Alley of Lingering Sighs. Yeah, the alley giving birth. Do you know what a Modron is? I'm going to pretend like I don't. Creatures of total law, almost more machinery than living beings. Many different sites of Modron, they all have their place in a very rigid, carefully organized hierarchy. Cannot communicate with or even consider the existence of Modrons who are not their immediate superiors or inferiors. Go on. Once upon a time there existed a Modron. It was newly created, its logic fresh and untested. It had come to Sigil following the commands of its Modron superiors. Knew nothing but commands and dictates of obedience and passing along the orders of superiors. Only aware of commands of their immediate superiors, they have no grasp of a higher authority until this one. Makes sense. It came upon a small shop within which there was a small clock that could no longer tell time. It was cracked along the edges, the wheels of its hands broken. It immediately set itself to working and getting the parts to fix the broken clock. It made a new wooden housing for the clock's parts, replaced the bent springs, carefully filed and oiled the clockwork machinery, carved new hands from the sparse metal available to it. The newly repaired clock's precise ticking reminded it of the great gears of Mechanus, comforted as much as anything to comfort a Modron. Modron never came to understand whether it truly loved this clock that it had worked on. For reasons it could not explain, elected to remain in Sigil and be with the clock for the rest of its years. That's nice. Yeah. And that's the end. I like that that's just the end. Because I really like this game's attention to its side content. It's like, I'm trying to put it in a place with games like Trails of Cold Steel and Persona, where Trails of Cold Steel and Persona feel like they have entirely too much text and dialogue written about inconsequential parts of the game. I think it's more that, like, Trails will take, 8 or 9 paragraphs to describe something that's mundane, that doesn't actually add anything to the lore of the setting or really provide too much insight into a character. But this game has a lot of depth to all of the side characters, and it kind of gets to that depth in as brisk a fashion as it possibly can, I feel like. Like, this story was actually pretty short, right? Compared to the typical conversation about a teacher being drunk in Persona or Trails. Tell the tale of a hidden nation of undead, ruled by a corpse who hasn't spoken in 1,000 years. Or after peak, when the distant pounding was heard at the gates of the prison, Karis, the oldest mercy killer known to the faction, dragged himself from his post, making his way down to the hall of the great gates that separated the punished from the outside world. He called out and received no answer. He opened the gate, far from feeling caution, but a strange, compelling sensation. A haggard figure was on bent knees just beyond the door. Her hands were bloody from where they'd been pounding against the gate, and her breath came in labored gasps. As a flickering light from the interior prison chamber poured across the cobble, she glanced up at the mercy killer who stood framed in the doorway. He felt himself mirrored in all but his gender as he stared at the woman. He was stirred by her presence. He waited for the woman to provide an explanation. She did. It was a simple statement, but of utmost importance, and it made Karis, whose knees ached painfully with every movement, bend down and help the woman to her feet. Brought her in from the outside, guiding her gently into the passage beyond. She had said that an injustice had been done, and that was all that Karis needed to hear. In the end, it came to pass that she could not fulfill her duty as a Fury, for a man guilty of a blood crime had died unpunished. She begged Karis and the Mercy Killers for aid, and they executed her. She had failed in her charge. Damn. So, like, this NPC has stories for most of the major questlines you can complete. That's kind of awesome. Ask one of your companions if they have a story to tell. Morte, do you have any? Just tell a story. Fine, fine. An elderly man was sitting alone on a dark path. He wasn't certain of which direction to go, and he'd forgotten both where he was traveling and who he was. He sat down for a moment to rest his weary legs, and suddenly looked up to see an elderly woman before him. Your third wish, what will it be? Third wish? The man was baffled. How can it be a third wish if I had a first and second? You had 2 wishes already, but your second was for me to return everything to the way it was before you made your first wish. That's why you remember nothing, because everything is the way it was before you made any wishes. No harm in wishing. I wish to know who I am. Ha ha ha. Funny, said the old woman as she granted his wish and disappeared forever. That was your first wish. The Fiend's Game. A fiend sometimes wandered the wilderness of a certain prime world in the guise of a friendly old man. One day he came upon some hunters in the wood. What are you doing? The fiend asked. The hunters told him, and the fiend nodded. Never been on a hunt before. The hunters invited the old man to come along, and the group eventually came upon a glade where several deer were grazing. The hunters carried crossbows but did not fire, and the fiend asked them why. They're unarmed, the hunters chuckled, patting their crossbows. We hunt nothing that does not have the ability to defend itself. Where's the sport in that? The fiend nodded and promptly gated in 3 of his fellows. Hunters led them on a merry chase, but eventually they were caught and eaten. And that's the end of the story. Very good. How about Anna? You got any stories? I guess Ignus isn't really a story guy. Please share your story. You already have one tale you won't part with. You might not like it. Go ahead. This guy's walking home real late near Ante-Peak, passes an old toothless crone in a dark and otherwise empty street. Where are you going? She asks him. Home to my wife. Near the Slags? Sure enough. She asks him a favor to take a box she's got to Debtor's Pit and give it to a woman there. This guy's a real sap, too nice to say no despite the fact he's sure something's not quite right about this old crone, but he agrees. What's the woman's name? Where does she live? Where should I look for her if she's not by Debtor's Pit? The woman hands him the box, a wooden thing wrapped in colored cloth, and tells him just to go and she'll be there. Do not open the box. Takes it home with him and hides it in the rafters, thinking he'll bring it by Debtor's Pit when it's light out. His wife, though, seeing him hide in the box, gets right jealous, thinking it's a gift for a lover or something. It's full of gouged out eyes and severed male members with the hair still on him. Her scream brought the guy running. He remembered what the crone said, right scared, and wrapped the box back up. Straight away to Debtor's Pit. Sure enough, there was another old hag waiting for him. He hands her the box and says to him, this box has been opened and looked into. Poor guy tries to deny it, but she gets this dreadful look on her face. You've done something horrible. He's feeling ill and he gets back and he takes to bed. His wife bitterly regretted opening the box, but it was too late. The next day he died of a rotting disease, and the first thing to go was his eyes and stem. Anna nods grimly, her tale complete. That was a wonderful tale, Anna. You should never hesitate to share it. Is that so? Like a Shaggy Dog story, right? Parched Land. This reminds me a lot of the little mini stories in The Longest Journey. Or not Longest Journey, Lost Odyssey. Once a large village was struck by a terrible drought. The farmer journeyed to the worshipping stone and again implored it as to the cause of the drought. He asked the stone why it did nothing when the fields were parched and dying, why the animals and the people suffered while the stone did not a thing. Have we not given enough offerings? The farmer asked, begging upon hands and knees, but the stone did not respond. It merely sat and cast its shadow. And that's the whole story. Fantastic. I love that there's not even a formula to these stories, too, that some of them are just a paragraph. Dak'kon, do you have a story to tell? And he's like, I'm all about telling stories, buddy. Not gonna be like Morte and Anna who protest first. Dak'kon tells the story of Akali, a foolish Githzerai of myth who had become lost in the chaos of Limbo. Normally, a single Githzerai may use their focus and mental discipline to form the chaos around them into a small, habitable environment. Akali, however, asked so many useless and unfocused questions in her quest to return home that her isle of matter dissolved around her and she drowned. Let me share with you and your companion another version of your tale that I've heard. Dak'kon looks attentive and perhaps a little surprised. Ooh. Tells a different version of Dak'kon's tale in which Akali was driven from the Githzerai city of Shraktlor for her constant, useless prattling. One day she encountered a Slotty on his way to the spawning stone. Okay, so we just established that Slotty are like chaos angels, or chaos monsters. She hastily erected a wall of chaos matter, which even the ravenous Slotty found difficult to break down. Hungrily it waited and spoke to her through the wall. She asked it questions, and she became more absorbed in her pointless queries than the Slotty's answers. Her own wall decayed and collapsed upon her, and thus she drowned in the matter of limbo. I see. Why are you called the Tail Chaser? Once upon a time, a girl came to an oracle who was rumored to know many things and asked of it a boon. Her life was in need of direction, so she asked this oracle as to what would give her purpose. The oracle was not evil, but it was vague and tended toward drink, which caused it to be obscure in many matters of judgment and focus. Its only answer to the girl's question was that within one story she would hear in her lifetime was the truth that she sought. The girl went off and collected stories, which she chases to this day, not knowing which of the thousands holds the truth. Such is the danger of a foolish question and the wisdom of an unspoken one. Is your mother named Ivana? She and I no longer speak. You tell me about the silent prostitute. Echo? Once heard a tale of a girl who knew the word that if spoken would undo the multiverse. Perhaps this is Echo. I love Sigil. Like, it's just full of insane, like, max epic level characters with crazy backstories. Hanging out in taverns, right? Like, there are no completely useless randos lying around here. Brothel puzzle well. Frightener of Children begins and ends with a question. What can change the nature of a man? Many were the times she posed this riddle to those who approached her, those who sought to glean from her the strange magic that she alone seemed to possess. All attempted to answer her query, but to no avail, and they found the price of their wrong answer to be some horrible fate. Tale strikes me in this way. Aravel knew not the answer to this question, but she lusted for such an answer. Only the why of the matter remained in the question, so why did the nature of a man matter to one of the Grey Sisters, especially to one of such power as Ravel? She put the question to the Lady of Pain, not directly, but shouted it to Sigil itself, daring for the lady to answer. When no reply was forthcoming, she wove terrible magics that threatened to open the cage and let the fury of the plains roll in like a wave. So, I don't know if the game's already mentioned the cage or given the lore backstory on the cage, but I've seen it a couple times mentioned in this building. What is the cage? Ravel's gone, lost in the plains. Though my tale ends with Ravel's demise, there are some that claim the hag still lives. There's a silent prostitute here who once talked of such things. She speaks no longer. Oh, interesting. Slang term for Sigil. So what does it mean to open Sigil? Sigil like holding back the planes or keeping them from merging or something?
Done.
Delora. Eyes are the color of brushed steel. In what ways can you serve me? Debate any scholarly or academic matter quite proficiently if that is your wish. Could we play a game? Actually, don't remember any games. Here's a thin lacquered box which unfolds into a small board marked with a grid. Explain the rules to you. Yes, please. Explains the rules of the game, how chips are moved, how one bests one's opponent. Seems faintly familiar to you. Maybe it's like Go. Seems simple, but it's very complex. As you play, you come to realize you've done so before. You recall various ploys and strategies that have won you previous games, trying every trick you know to beat her. Hey, allow the memory to surface. Memories of a smoke-filled field of battle begin to fill your mind. Yeah, I guess Lost Odyssey is like the Japanese version of this game, huh? 1,000-year-old immortal has amnesia, goes through and tries to regain his memories. Massive four-legged beast. The braying of horns carried your orders to the troops below. Even as you watch, your forces divided, fleeing left and right as the foreign army fought its way up the hill to slay the enemy lord. You, fools you had thought, lips curling into a wicked smile. My knights shall charge down the hillside and stop their advance in an instant, and at that very moment my retreating footmen will fall in to crush their flanks. You suddenly realize Delora is watching you intently. Are you feeling well? Now let's continue the game. Throughout the game, Delora seems to counteract all but your most crafty moves one after another. You at last fall beneath your well-calculated strategies. She doesn't smile or gloat, but quietly begins to put the game away. Do you always play so mercilessly? Mistress Grace instructed me to hold nothing back, for none of her students play so well. Your opponent will always just manage a win. It was Mistress Grace's desire that I provide a different sort of experience, a true challenge. That's cool. Mentioned debating. I am neither a tome nor a tutor. I have no desire to educate my patrons. So you have a matter to discuss, the 15 factions and their effect in Sigillian politics, the most effective battle stratagems for warring in Acheron, the meaning of existence itself. Choose a topic, see if you can best her. Alright, more memories. Memories of a great hall form in your mind, a vast place full of well-dressed elites. A formal ball was taking place. A small, impeccably dressed fellow who wore a golden medallion, blazoned with the symbol you dimly recall as the Sign of One. That's impossible, the man was saying. I made several inarguable points and give you a number of examples. You simply don't exist. But you can't. Where do I accept that? Yes, you'd cease to exist. And without a flash of light or puff of smoke, with no fanfare of any sort, the man was simply gone. At one point in my character's history, I convinced someone they didn't exist and they ceased to exist. I wonder how much of that is only possible because of all the points I put into int, whiz, and charisma. Her infallible sense of logic at last wins out even over your most brilliant arguments. Gosh, I wish this game had the pillars icon to tell me whether something was changed based on my stats. I assume that was, but I'm curious if you came in here with those 3 stats as dump stats, whether you would get very different dialogue or not. Quite an opponent. Questions? I'm going to serve you as a patron, but have no wish to answer any other questions at this time.
Updated
Anything I can help you with? Certain there's nothing I can do. My first love, Merriman, possesses all the keys to my heart. As long as he has them, I can't be free to love another. Why don't you seek him out and speak with him? I may not leave this place. The reasons why are deeply personal and not to be shared with strangers. The reasons why are that this is a quest and you need to go on it.
Updated my journal.
I can find Merriman for a price. Bad guy mode activated. Member of the Society of Sensation. Speak to him at the Civic Festhall. Okay, I need to do that for quest reasons, because she has information about Echo, apparently. If Echo says anything different now that I've talked to other people. Greetings again. I had some questions. Do you know of her? Do you know the word that will undo the multiverse if it's spoken? Her eyes widen in surprise, and she gives you a beaming smile, rolling her eyes and shaking her head. I ask if it was something else, then. Does your voice cause someone's death or some other tragedy? She pauses, opens her mouth, and frowns. After a moment, she shakes her head.
Updated my journal.
Is your name Echo? Alright, let's finish up in here. I think I probably have one more lady to talk to. Unless if there's more on the roof. Check that out first.
I'm gone.
Caretaker. Came down those stairs to that door I found. Best work in concealing it better. I'm the brothel's caretaker. You're not supposed to be down here, but it's alright if you look around for a bit. Tell me what this place is, at least. The lady's sensory stones are kept. They use them as diaries. You won't be able to use them. Each of them is attuned to one particular student of the brothel.
Updated my journal.
Interesting. Presumably there's one for Echo. Grayish white stone held in a mesh of engraved silver bands, pulses with light.
Updated my journal.
Something was once inscribed in the base, but it has been scoured away. This is one of the coolest areas of the game so far. Produce an indigo stone held in a mesh of engraved silver bands, pulses with deep blue light. Right in the base is Juliet. Nenny. Echo. Vivian. Marissa. Kesai-Serris. Delora. See if the journal specifies which one's missing. Maybe the journal entry wasn't a quest item, it was beasts. Succubus, Tenari. Aasimar was the word I was looking for earlier. Kimasxi Addertongue. Okay. So that's everyone that I could have spoken to. One of them, though, is... Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. To figure which one has the name scraped off.
I'm gone.
Echo was down there, Nenny was down there, Delora was down there, Juliet was down there. Subject now playing a game with a human male. Kesai-Serris was down there, Ames was down there, Kimasxi was down there. Vivian was down there. I don't remember if I talked to her or not. Striking example of aristocratic beauty. Someone being summoned. No, I just had some questions. What's that incredible smell? Thank you for the compliment. It's a bland and paltry odor in comparison to my personal scent. Your personal scent? A particular scent that seems to have gone wandering. It's difficult to keep it in one place. You smelled it somewhere. How can a scent go wandering? I meant to infer that it had been taken. The ladies here are a bit jealous at times, have been known to take my various perfumes for themselves. Someone's absconded with my own personal scent. Huh? How would you know it if you found it? You would know it by smell, I assure you. It's quite striking. Oh, no imposition. I expect a reward.
Updated my journal.
Anna mumbles something angrily. You catch the words piking an inch at stick. Yep, you're right, Anna. I didn't have another option to offer to help without asking for a reward. Tell me anything about the silent prostitute. Just call her Echo, dude. You know her name now. Another question. Anything about Ravel Puzzlewell? Hag from Sigel's past. Night hags are foul creatures, researching all femininity everywhere in the plains. Spoken to 9 prostitutes altogether. Do you know where the 10th student is? There is no 10th student. Interesting stuff. It's a name that's not covered. It's Marissa.
How may I help
Yo.
you?
Spoke to 9 of the students, but I could not find the 10th. Thinking the 10th student is me, in which case I've spoken to all of them. Very well, and your thoughts? You and I should leave this place and explore the plains. There's nothing more for either of us to experience here. You should get rid of all the armoires in the brothel and use them as firewood. Teaching in a sheltered environment such as this only harms the students, and the plains themselves are often the best teacher. Hey, new character hype.
Oh, Mistress High and Mighty will be joining us. What do we need her for?
You couldn't possibly understand.
I wish
Nice,
she'd
Spider Dan. What'd you think of
fall
it?
for great height. I might even bump her off myself.
Got party members who don't like each other.
Ignus, all right? I mean, he's burning his candle at both ends. If you know what I mean.
Morte doesn't like Ignus. Very cool. So, like, what's her alignment then? Lawful neutral? Interesting. Lawful neutral succubus, huh? She counts as a priest, okay. It's my first time meeting a priest character. Protection from evil, Halo of Lesser Restoration, Cure Light Wounds. Awesome. Full party hype. Alright, so I have to go do Delora's side quest because it's going to potentially lead me toward the main quest.
I'm gone.
That was a really cool little sequence in there, though. Big fan. Alright, so he was in the Civic Festhall? Festive Civic Hall?
Done.
I think this game predates Drizzt, however you pronounce it. But it does that in a cool way, I think, rather than just being contrarian for contrarian's sake. Seems to still acknowledge that these characters are unusual. You generally just like cutscenes in the Metal Gear series. Merriman. What's up, dude? Bitter, cantankerous old codger. Delora wanted me to speak with you. She says you're her first love and that so long as you hold the keys to her heart, she'll never be free to love another. I won't just give the keys to you. Wait, those are literally the keys to her heart? Delora's a construct, didn't you know that? A creature of sorcery and clockwork mechanics. Oh. That explains why she's so good at debate and playing games. Brought her to the brothel and set her so she could not leave in the hopes that constant contact with so many others would begin to develop her own personality. That's super interesting. Why don't you just return them to her? Become a cruel and bitter old man who sees he can get something out of you. What do you want? I want to forget. I've lived almost 150 years and I've seen every sensory stone I've cared to in this grand hall. A little time left to live and I'm too weak to go out in search of wholly new experiences. I need to find a way to forget them all. Do I just wallop you in the back of the head or what? I'm excited for that Xenoblade remake. It really needed one. I played the 3DS version, which does not look super great.
Updated my journal.
No, you bloodthirsty lummox. Need something, an item, concoction that'll allow me to forget. Something from the river Styx. Okay, so I need... What the hell is that? I need to keep track of this for future sessions, that I need to get something that will help this dude forget, so that he'll give me the keys to the lady in the brothel, so that she'll tell me more about Echo, who can tell me more about Ravel Puzzlewell, the night hag that cursed me with immortality. How do I wipe minds and memories?
Yes?
How'd you come by the name Fall from Grace? Meaning of names is a complicated subject. Is Fall from Grace your real name? Perhaps, perhaps not. Names which are given and names which are earned. Who's to say which is the real one? Names which is earned carries a greater weight. A name that's earned is not arbitrary. A name that is earned tells you what you've accomplished. Would it matter? It is an earned name. Fallen for my people. Some would say risen for my people, perhaps. So she's a fallen succubus. And when we first saw her, I'm like, okay, she's an angel. Fall carries with it an underlying sense of loss. Are you sure you've come to terms with it? Want to talk about it, let me know.
Yes?
We played about an hour of Danganronpa on stream, Spider Doom. If you go to marstead.com, there's a list of YouTube playlists for what we played so far. I think if you scroll down just a little bit to the Ds, you should see that. But there's a few people that are interested in getting it on the voting spreadsheet, so we'll play it to completion. Okay, so she could teach me to be a priest, which is cool. Do you ever use weapons? Cannot bear the touch of cold iron or even steel for long periods of time.
Updated my journal.
Kiss of a succubus is lethal to mortals. They rarely realize the danger until their death is almost upon them. Intriguing, I mean frightening. Very cool. Alright, I'm gonna talk to the construct lady again to see if she has any ideas of where I can go to wipe this guy's memory. And then I might just need to play the game for a while and see if I bump into it like the Decanter of Endless Water.
Alright.
Oh, the thing still has tinted glass, right? These are private conversations, thank you very much. No new information from her.
I'm gone.
I don't think I've run into anything in the game so far that talks about wiping memories. I mean, obviously my memories have been wiped, but I don't know by what mechanism that occurred. And what does my journal suggest here? Suggested water from the river Styx. Let's go talk to Montague. I skipped that while I was there.
All right.
Yo, dude. Oh, that's cool. I didn't realize it was on PSP. I played the PC version. Greetings. I need to speak with you about Juliet. I demand her love. I demand you withdraw your false protestations of love before I mash you into tiny bits. Love her so much thou wouldst fight me? Art passionate about this matter. Passion stems from love. Thou love her, and I could not deny her a love such as thine. I shall from this moment onward hold no claim on her. Thou may do as thou wish. All the moment, this is all a ruse. She wanted to provoke you into fighting for her. Is my love so boundless that I would engage in fisticuffs with a brutally scarred man of thy stature? Perhaps she thinks my devotion to her a little high. Turnabout's a fair play. Act distant and unconcerned, that'll spice things up considerably. Trust me, kid, ignore her, create friction, leave him wondering. Playing the game rather than being the target. I don't like either of these choices. You should decide.
Endure, your path is mine.
You know the Ravel puzzle well. Legendary Night Hag. Quell. Okay, I never did talk to Quell, I don't think.
I'm gone.
It's like there's an English patch for the PSP version because it didn't officially get localized in the PSP. Already listened to that lecture. Already listened to that lecture. Oh, there's more doors in here that I missed. That might help.
All right.
Festhall room clerk. What's up? Greetings, sir. Here's your room key. The easternmost chambers have been waiting quite some time for your return. What do you mean, waiting for my return? The ledger indicates this is your key and has been for a long time. Oh, sweet. Free resting location. I'll take it.
All right.
I've rested for 8 hours. So if this is my room, what did I leave behind in here? Whoa! Way to go past me. Scroll of Shield, Scroll of Friends, Scroll of Pacify, Blindness. Too far away. Already has Chromatic Orb, but I'll give someone else Identify, I guess. Cool. Have fun.
Done.
Good seeing you. Calming Fluid, Needle and Thread. kind of stuff does this guy hold on to? Corpse Light Charm, Bone Charm, one of each kind of charm. I guess I can use this place as like storage. Doesn't have that much in the way of storage though. Bunch of coins. Can I use my key that she gave me? Maybe it's not a real key. Oh wait, never mind.
I'm here. Might as well.
All right.
Fire and Ice Dodecahedron. Fires both your fists balled together seems inexplicably familiar to you. Its texture is cold and smooth, whether it's metal or stone you cannot tell. A certain almost intangible tension runs over the object, as if it were ready to spring into the air at any moment. Got me a D12. Fire and Ice, level 5 wizard. Have that metal creature. Where did I put it? Manipulate the toy and look for some sort of effect. Bend the right knee. And the left knee. Left knee, left wing. Left knee, left wing, right wing. Left. Left knee, left wing, right wing. Blinding white light suddenly explodes in your hands. Whoa. Gnarly.
I'm gone.
That's cool. All from buying something from a shop. Modron. See a cube with 2 arms, 2 legs, and 2 small wings sprouting from its sides. In front of the cube is an animated face. As you approach, the creature focuses its eyes on you. Greetings. Welcome to Rubicon, the dungeon construct. Thank you for choosing Rubicon for your dungeoning experience. You may access Rubicon through this door. What is Rubicon? Stares at you without answering. What is a dungeon construct? Cool. Guessing I could do that without brute force as well. See a mechanical man with pale green skin. Although it's obviously a construct, it does have an animated face which is scowling at you. The creature suddenly stops scowling at you and adopts a look of mock terror. It is the hero, sent here no doubt to slay the evil one. Woe to me, the hapless construct on duty at the time of his arrival. What are you going on about? The plot, you dolt. Stick to the plot. So it's like a Mechanist, like, holodeck game. It's kind of radical. It's about to trounce you. Cool.
Done.
Bag of coins. Strange coins. Unusual pictures and writing. Don't appear to have any value. See a mechanical man with pale green skin. What are you doing? Currently enacting the frightened minion who meets the hero for the first time. To arms, fellow constructs, we must strike down the hero. basically playing a video game, sort of. In-universe video game.
All right.
I need a bronze ring. Or a rusty dagger. Oops.
Done.
Greetings. Evil wizard are you talking about? The one that doesn't exist until you set the Rubicon dungeon construct to hard difficulty level. Boy, will you be in trouble then. Meanwhile, die in the name of the evil wizard. Power of overwhelming odds. Pretty good XP for these guys, too.
Done.
Bronze bracelets. Coppers. Portal lens. Magical device can form a gateway to other locations by temporarily attaching itself to known existing portals. These are access to the portal without traveling to it. So can I actually, is that like a consumable item that I can actually use? I feel like I've... No, this is different. Mordor's Ruby. See a mechanical man with pale green skin. Am I supposed to be frightened by all of this? Yes, mentioning the evil one always strikes fear into the hearts of the masses, giving cause for the hero to travel forth, facing many perils until he finally defeats the evil one due to an act of total stupidity.
I'm gone.
What is that? Yes, my master.
I hear your words.
This is one of the craziest parties I've ever amassed in a video game. Floating skull, fallen succubus. Dude that's just on fire? Like that's his thing? It's his special trait?
Done.
Guess the Githzerai and the Tiefling Rogue are a little bit more pedestrian, but they're pretty fun too. Ew, she's Scottish. Woe to me, the hapless construct on duty at the time of his arrival.
See that?
I'm gone.
Low threat construct. Donate that. What are you? I'm a light combat construct. I currently feature poor combat abilities, low intelligence, and a feeble weapon that I can use with little skill.
The clock sings true.
Nice crit for 20 damage, dang.
All right.
Goody. Small stone rod. Hold up.
I will hear you. Your will be done.
Done.
Who are you? This can't be happening, can it? You knave.
Die.
Let me level him up. Spell memorization abilities have increased. Characteristic point gain. 4 hit points gained. Charisma's of heroic proportions.
I'm gone.
Another goodie, whatever that is. This is a joke, right? You mock me, die, putrid offspring of a humanoid female.
Done.
Assume that that's marching order. Okay. Rat charm, bag of coins. Dirty rat charm. I think this goes back to a room I've already been to, but I'm double checking. Yeah.
Done.
Come inside the Modron Cube. Engineering room. Are these the developers? Greetings. I have some questions. Who are you? Your name is Modron? We are Morten. We don't have a name. What is this Modron's name? We are Modron. We have no identity other than the whole that is Modron. We have no name. Can you tell one from another? We know. We are Modron. We are part of the whole. So, like, what is this place? Rubicon Dungeon Construct. What exactly is that? Where do I find the engineer? Awaiting instructions. What is it you do here? Where's the engineer? Confusion exists. You don't know who you are? Certainty exists at times. I don't remember who I am either. Sympathize with you. Touches your shoulder gently. What is this place? Dungeon simulator. It doesn't work though. It broke. What happened? It stopped working. What's a dungeon simulator? It simulates dungeons. What do you think a dungeon simulator would do? What are you doing here? What are you thinking about? Life's many mysteries. Tell me about Mechanus? Cool. Who are you?
I'm gone.
Okay, so I talked to the one different one, but it didn't seem that it was the engineer. I'm gonna try heading back to the entrance.
All right. I'm gone. Done. Done. All right. All right.
Greetings. See if I can mess with the thing again. Move the arms and make sword fighting noises. Ah, it doesn't work here. Maybe it works in the final room. I'll try it again.
All right. I'm gone.
This is super cool that you can just like run into this though. Big fan.
Done.
I'm sad that I've got a full party now because I bet there's more party members than you can fit in your max team.
All right. All right. Done.
Alright, let's try using it in here. Slow yourself by moving the arms and make sword fighting noises. Wave its arm and make cheering noises. Hordes of imaginary creatures from across the plains cheered the cube's victory. You can almost see a tiny oily tear brimming from one of its eyes. It is a hero, the greatest cube ever to roam the plains, and everyone loves it. In your mind, fall from Grace and Anna, hug it and shower it with kisses. Oh, that's too funny. Well, dang, I don't know how I get out of here. I don't think I've seen other exits. Nothing to interact with in here. Talk to everyone there is to talk to. Let me find the engineer. This guy, maybe? Modron Engineer. State your question. Who are you? Your name is Modron? What are you? We are a quadrone. What is a quadrone? Because they're cubes? What is this place? Rubicon Dungeon Construct Project. What exactly is that? Project goal is to determine the dynamics, social and asocial, surrounding the environment commonly construed as a dungeon and attempt to explain the aberrations that tend to occur in such environments. How do you intend to do that? Rubicon is capable of forming a series of rooms linked in such a fashion as to form what is commonly referred to as a dungeon. Each dungeon can have one of 3 difficulty settings, easy, normal, or hard. The dungeon is then populated with monsters, traps, and treasure according to the difficulty level chosen. This is super meta. What's that humming sound? We are content. Something about aberrations? What attracts people to dungeons? Why do people often seek to enter them if they are places of such danger? Why are dungeons there in the first place? What are the dynamics of a workable dungeon? We don't understand. Started to say I instead of we. Try out one of the dungeons you mentioned. Quest denied, project halted due to accident. What accident? Dungeon construct became unstable, cause uncertain. Failsafes activated, causing dungeon to collapse, cause uncertain. Portal lens malfunctioned, causing contact with home plane of mechanics to be severed. Reset of dungeon unnecessary. Why don't you reset it? Only be initiated by Project Director. Project Director disintegrated. Portal lens malfunctioned and contact with Mechanist severed. Can't reset without a director, but you can't get a director without resetting. Assessment correct. Project halted. Look, I'm an adventurer and I've been through some dungeons in my day. Why not let me be your director? You are now Project Director. Advise on next tasks. Reset the dungeon. Initializing reset. Collapsing existing dungeon. Initializing new dungeon. Dungeon construct status easy. Awaiting further instruction. Are there any dangers associated with the Rubicon that I should be aware of? That becomes separated from any companions. If the maze were to be reset or a new difficulty seek chosen, anyone left in the maze would be killed. Damn.
Updated my journal.
Don't drop items or equipment. If the maze were to be reset or new difficulty setting chosen, items left in the maze would be destroyed. So this is a way to like grind indefinitely.
Updated my journal.
This is an insane amount of content to be purchased from a random curiosity shop, right? And then it's possible you could purchase the item and then not dick around with it long enough to figure out that there's this dungeon in here. What exactly is Rubicon capable of? On alternate capabilities. Form a gateway to other locations by temporarily attaching itself to known existing portals. I know a portal I can go to its destination from here. Oh, that's sweet. So I kind of have a fast travel box in my inventory now. I want to use a portal lens to travel somewhere. Dude, fantastic. I assume that that didn't burn my thing, did it? Oh shit, it totally did. Wait, no. Let me make sure I can get back in easily.
I'm gone.
Always make it back to the engineering room. Okay, cool. Let me just do this a couple times to make sure that it's truly not consumable. It's not. I love it. That's so cool.
All right.
It's a huge time save. I kind of want to try a hard dungeon. I want to create a dungeon to explore. Change it to hard.
I'm gone.
Okay, let me save before I go attempt it.
Done.
Greetings, intruder. What makes you think I'm an intruder? You are not one of us, therefore you are an intruder. As an intruder, you must die.
Done.
Oh god. Hard difficulty's not fucking around. Okay. Got it. Maybe normal first.
Should have been more careful.
Roger.
All right.
Okay, how does normal go?
Done.
Sickly yellow skin. Greetings. Beats on its chest with both arms, making mighty clangs in the cube, jumps up and down a couple of times, and says, "Ook." What was that supposed to accomplish? It was intended to induce a fear response. Did it succeed? Yes, brilliantly done. I will note this as a viable technique for future use. Okay, normal seems a little bit better calibrated for my current capabilities. Okay, so this is potentially like an infinite source of XP, it seems like.
Done.
Which is interesting, that would make this one of the few CRPGs I've played that potentially has infinite XP. A magic item. It's something, but Tor be damned if you can figure out what. Must be like the goodie drop. Simulated loot, basically. Very funny. Greetings. Who are you? I have no idea. I'm not sure that I've ever known who I am. I feel as if my identity and my very purpose in life is inconsequential. Okay, we'll clear this on normal, and then I might try it again when we get higher level on hard. See if we can meet this Dark Wizard NPC.
Done.
Just having a usable teleport is really, really cool, though.
Did you see that?
Done.
Nice crit. Is XP divided among party members in this game? Do I get less per player if I have multiple characters? Gotcha. It's the best who can send. Pitiful attempt at ignorance will not save you. No, you are doomed, fool. So, okay, I feel a little bit less bad about taking so long to recruit other party members, because then I would have been getting extra XP for Morte and the Nameless one. It wasn't just wasted XP, like it is in some games. Also, now I can make up for any loss of XP by coming here.
All right.
Did you see that?
Rocks and earth.
Pretty pleased with my current party makeup.
Done.
Let's do on the gorilla thing.
Damn it. Did you see that?
May my faith lend me strength.
She's burning Cure Light Wounds.
Yes?
Assume priest spells work like... Okay, she's actually burning usages. Gotcha. They do work the way I expect them to. Vancian.
Playtime is over.
I'm so surprisingly beloved mechanic, apparently.
Come to your work. It shall be done.
Done.
Oh jeez, Dak'kon, get out of dodge. Why are you getting your ass kicked so bad?
Did you see that?
He does not have special abilities, just spells. Wonder if I needed to have high mental stats to deduce that I was a 10th student when I was recruiting Falls from Grace, or Fell from Grace? Magnifying Lens. Plus 10 to lore, minus 2 to damage. Okay, so if you equip it temporarily... you can use it to identify stuff without having to cast a scroll, I guess. Whether it would have played out differently if I had different mental stats? Yes, I would like to know the answer to that.
Gone.
Alright, he's still not doing great. I only got that option because of the stat. That's awesome. Is that the only solution, or are there other ways through it too?
Gone.
It feels like a high intelligence, high wisdom, high charisma playthrough is
I will hear you.
well rewarded in this game.
Your will.
Did you see that?
How close is everyone to leveling up here? Extremely far, except for Anna. She's pretty close, actually.
I'm gone.
It is your path is mine.
Done.
And your will.
Run away! Run away! What are his spells? Reign of Anger. Deals damage. Bonus. Increases strength score. That's helpful.
Valley.
All right.
Because it's also potentially a source of unlimited money, like, not a lot of it, but
I'm
just
gone.
in case you got in trouble or something, or wasted money early on and needed it for some quest. Blue Lens. Blue Glass reminds you of a calm, cloudless sky. Lens of the Horizon, minus 50 to lore. Plus 5 to missile weapons. I assume that's just a rare drop. Usable only by Modrons. Oh, okay. I thought there might be a Modron party member. I thought we got another item that had one. It'll affect my stress going forward. Is there a way for me to, like, swap party members, like, temporarily dismiss someone and then recruit them back later? Or if I dismiss them, are they gone forever?
I fear I've been wounded. I'm a pleasure.
Gotta dodge. Sounds like Jennifer Hale.
Damn it.
I'm gone.
They stay where you left them. So you can swap people in and out of your party, basically. Nice. She was also the lady, ghost lady in the crypt in the mortuary. Ex-lover of the protagonist, apparently.
Done.
I'm here. A pleasure.
Keep everything you gave them. Okay. Use them as mobile banks.
Ignus hears you.
It's a reform party button that lets you kick people out.
Die.
Yeah, quick loot. That's a thing. A magic item, a goodie. Oh, and I see, and even the coins are stimulated. Gotcha. Thief skills, 5 hit points gained, 1 hit point gained from con bonus. Okay. Formations. This one's probably fine.
Done.
Probably should have used quick loot earlier with the cranium rats. Oops. A much longer dungeon. Wow. Max hit on these guys. Portal lens. Awesome.
Right.
Well, they're not consumable, so I don't really need one. Because the portal lens is kind of the reward for finishing the dungeon. Sort of. Too bad I can't rest in here. That would make this perfect. Or appear from almost anywhere. Teleport elsewhere. Try to figure out what the most efficient resting teleport would be.
Gone.
Oh, wait, did I not do this way?
I'm gone. Done.
We would potentially get some decent money just from coming in here and looting all their junk. The engineering room might let you rest. The opening room, that'd be cool.
I'm gone.
If you can rest in the engineering room, then that's perfect. Exactly what I was hoping for.
All right. I'm gone.
Let's see. Totally works. This is the room you teleport into also, so even better. Alright, so now I have the ability to rest anywhere, the ability to teleport pretty much at will.
Done.
All from a random shop. Let's go to Clerk's Ward.
Done.
Okay, that was fun. What are we doing now? We need to find water from the river Styx. Erase Merriman's memory. Yeah, I know, right? I don't know, I feel like this game has way more combat than it gives you spell slots, and it already gives you more spell slots than you would have gotten in, like, real D&D. Trinities to our hearts. I just have to search around and see what I can find. The foe of every hoarder player. That's me. Greetings. Why are you here? To be surly with passersby? Tutor at the Civic Festhall. Okay, he teaches thievery. I don't need at the moment. Thousand pardons. I'm looking for a certain man. Seeks a man and said cannot die. A scarred man for whom death is nothing but the most trivial of annoyances. Yeah, that's me. Mistress Yolmi of the House Sirma, a lady of high standing, has sent me. Meet you in the Civic Festhall where you would make a proposal, which I know nothing of. Or she would make a proposal. Green silk trimmed with gold, hair the color of blue steel. That's
Updated my journal.
Okay. Cool, I had more stuff to explore there before I messed around with my thing anyway.
All right. All right.
Small enclosed patio.
All right.
That's where I had my portal lens, isn't it? Okay. That's a lot of locked chests. Sounds like a job for Anna. Gotta find a merchant to sell all this crap to later.
Done. All right.
Unfulfilled-Desire. That's a name.
Why not?
Before you is incredibly attractive, an intangible aura about her that makes you want to speak to her. You want something, yes? She hisses yes, drawing it out slowly between her teeth. Morte, I love the Festhall. I want knowledge. I want my memories returned. can help you. Describe the way in which you want your memories back. Sorry if your memories begins to wane. Your want slowly drains out of you, leaving only a cold emptiness in its wake. She took my want away. Interesting. Siphoned off some part of your desire, stolen it away for some ghastly collection of wants, or perhaps to feed upon. Had you finished speaking of your desire, you're certain it would have been lost forever to you.
Done.
I don't know if that's just flavor or not. That sounds fun and flavorful, but... I think this one?
All right.
Yes? Aye? Right.
After I was able to talk to Burning Fireman and, like, burn my eyeball out and burn my hand off and take some permanent health damage, I can't tell what's fun and flavorful and what's an actual mechanic. Sensates galore.
Right.
I don't think she's ever failed lockpicking. Oh, it's not locked. Okay. I'm like, why isn't this working?
All right.
Rob, you guys blind. Thank you very much. If I'm not murder hoboing, I'm
All right.
burglar hoboing. Wander around from town to town and steal everything that isn't nailed down. As long as you don't have any explicit dialogue or alignment system that punishes me for doing so, I will stay neutral good. Lady in a green dress we're looking for now. Right. Oh, weird. It's not actually in my quest log. Jolny. Green silk trimmed with gold. Here she is. The long search is over. You're Jolmy, correct? I spoke to your messenger. Make you an unusual proposal. I must admit you're an unusual man. I'll give you 1,000 copper commons for your permission to kill you. Are you open to discussion? Why? Thought it might be an interesting experience, paying someone for the privilege of murdering them. When I first heard rumors of your existence, how could I resist? Yeah, let's work out the details. Pay you 2,000 copper commons. In return, you'll allow her to drive her dagger into your heart. She'll wait for you to awaken, at which point she'll give you the coin. Sure. The affair is over in moments. She's already cleaned her blade and put it away by the time you've recovered. Somewhat disappointing, I must admit. Coin well spent, nonetheless. That's pretty awesome. I'm a big fan of stuff like that. Where it's like, makes me feel like it's the kind of thing that you would do if you were actually playing an immortal character in a tabletop game. Mertwyn the Headless. It's clear there's something very wrong with this man. The way he lurches about, bumping into things, staring off blankly into space. He's headless. The thing on his shoulders is merely a skillfully carved wooden prosthesis. Greetings? Let it touch you. His finger brushes your forearm. Brushes your neck as if it were checking for something. Is this my head? Can you understand me? Headless body tapped its foot for a moment, scratching at the chin of its prosthetic head. It raises a finger as if struck by an idea. Points at you, then the eyes of its wooden head, then at you again. It indicates its wooden head with both hands, shrugs, and points at you. I haven't seen your head anywhere. But he's the one that's bumping into stuff in here. It's funny. Splinter. Jumble Murdersense. Know any other heads? Short, balding man's orange tunic and rather sizable gut give him the look of a walking pumpkin. Absent-mindedly patting his large paunch with a slow rhythm as if it were a drum. Greetings. Jumble Murdersense. Zausatect is sorcerer extraordinaire. Snatches the card from your grasp and proceeds to eat it. And some questions, Jumble. Are you mute? Is that why you won't answer me?
Updated my journal.
Babbling at you. Making me hiccup. You got a curse thrown down on you. What have you done to me, Jumble? Giving me a curse of hiccups. I need you to remove the curse you put on me. Remove the curse, Jumble, before I'm first to hurt you. Perhaps I shouldn't have threatened the poor man. That's his hiccup sound. Even hiccups, like, in a way that sounds cool. Wait, really? I thought I quick save more often than that. Hold on. Huh, I guess not.
I'm gone. Done.
That's really loud. So there's a headless guy. Don't let this dude curse us this time. Let's just talk to him in general. Can you mute? There's the headless dude, in case anything matters from that. Let her kill me again.
Updated my journal. Updated my journal.
2,000 copper. Nice. Can you help me? Can you show me the sensoriums? Private sensorium.
I'm gone.
See if Quell has any new ideas for me. This is the last guy I was talking to. This is the candy guy. I already got all the detail about her last time I talked to him. Well, let me see if he has anything new to say real quick, just in case. How might I find her? Oh no, I already got all this last time. Excuse me, I just sneeze. Let's try the public sensoriums. Begin the sensation. The messenger. Submerge into the experience. You feel the skin along your arms become numb as if all sensations being bled from them. Seeing what appears to be a dirt floor, and around you is a smell of coppery blood and herbs. It's like a little interactable movie, I guess. Weird.
Done.
Or if any of those are like recordings of my memories, I seem to be a pretty storied person from back in the day. I don't know yet how long ago I was cursed to be immortal, though. Can you help me? Show me the sensoriums. Public.
All right.
Sensate guides. Trying to see if there's new and interesting NPCs to talk to. Lady Thorncombe. Greetings. I have some questions. She's not looking at you and not paying attention. She doesn't care. Got it. Maybe she comes up in a quest later. Okay, no other unique NPCs in here. Got it. To find out about the river Styx.
I'm gone.
Don't think Splinter's super helpful. Anyone you might know about Rebel Puzzle? I already talked to Quell. See if there's other exits out of this part of Sigil, maybe.
I'm gone.
What plane is Styx on in this game? Or in this setting? Is it in like Bator or something? I wonder if I should be looking out for certain races. I could go back into the dungeon. It was super dangerous earlier. I don't think I ever went in this tent.
All right. I'm gone.
Review some of the curiosities I bought. Frostale Mug, Horrific Separation. Lady of Pain Ragdoll that I talked to. Tried to summon her. Which is probably a terrible idea. Placed in the mouth of a living being will give the ability of speech, even if there was none. Probably gonna have stuff to do with some of those items.
Done.
I already checked this place out. This guy's the Linguist, right? No questions for him yet.
All right.
I'll try going down there now that I've done other things, and I've got a very large party. It's pretty brutal last time I was down there. under Sigil.
I'm hurt.
They still hit like a truck. Okay. Not really viable, turns out.
All right.
I tried running around down there and just avoiding the enemies to see what I could find, but I don't think I ran into anything useful. Able Ponder Thought. Greetings. Something troubling about my appearance? I'm accustomed to the sight of such a worldly-looking fellow such as yourself. Worldly? Well-traveled. Clerk's ward is full of less oddities than you. I think I look dead, right? I am, you know. Dead. I said I'm dead. Dead, dead, la la la. Okay, I don't need to freak this guy out. Diligence. Greetings. Fourth Magistrate of the Ward. You appeared most knowledgeable, and I was hoping you could aid me. See by your manner you're well educated. Okay, that must be intelligence stuff. Appear to insist upon a lifestyle of wandering and senseless violence. Why not settle in Sigil? Become a contributing citizen rather than some bloody-handed nomad in the streets. Choice is out of my hands, I assure you. Tell her your story or what you know of it. That is quite a tale, sir. Were it only a tale, it is my life, and I have the scars to prove it. Did have some questions. Interesting. So I got some extra dialogue for having higher stats, I assume, there. Let's see. So I've been to every zone that's accessible within this corner of Flesh and Sigil, right? Wherever I'm supposed to be going or what I'm supposed to be doing next has to be in one of these areas.
I'm gone.
I guess I haven't explored Alley of Lingering Sighs at all. Okay. Cool. That's probably a good stopping point with a message to Future Marstead. Okay, so Future Marstead, shit's starting to get complicated. Make a note of this and maybe mention it at the end of every session if you still haven't solved some of this stuff. So, here's the deal. You need to get to Rovell Puzzlewell, who is a night hag who cursed you with immortality. The person who probably knows about Rovell is a silent prostitute named Echo. The person who knows how to talk to Echo is a construct lady who was built by an engineer guy in the Civic Festhall. The engineer guy wants to have his memories erased to give you an item to give to the construct lady so that you can learn more about the Echo lady, so you can learn more about Rovell Puzzlewell. So your current quest is to find water from the river Styx to help the dude forget, and then you'll have a bunch of stuff that opens from there. The area that you're currently in, you have not explored at all. Alley of Lingering Sighs, so now's a good time to go through the whole thing and see what you can find. And then tonight we still have another sub-block game. We'll be playing another hour of Rumu. I'll be back in a little bit. I gotta take a break to feed the cats and switch stuff up. We'll play that, and Planescape will be back next week. See you guys soon.